Unfortunately, the fact remains Antoine Jigaboo Jones is dead.
Who killed Jigaboo Jones? The title is intentional.
His rise to fame was rather abrupt. At the peak of his career, he was struck down by a would-be assassin's bullet.
With that title, people take notice.
We wanted to know the essence of his philosophy of Jigabooism.
To drive home the point of dehumanization.
And you're watching Profiles in Black History on the KFC network.
Dehumanizing language is at the root of the problem because it's easier to kill a jigaboo than it is to kill somebody who is empowered and self-aware and self-identified.
Who Killed Jigaboo Jones is a one-man satirical murder mystery written and performed by Jeff Cambell.
It's a little absurd and ridiculous, but that's what I love about it. I don't even like calling it theater. I like calling it multimedia underground storytelling. And that's what I tell people, come check this out, and you know, what are you doing? I'm doing some multimedia underground storytelling. What? That sounds cool, let's check it out. If I said, I'm doing a play, they'd be like, all right, good luck.
And then you hear all that is open up to you.
Definitely wanted to meet people where they're at. And this generation, this newer, younger generation is hypersensitive to mass media and multimedia. They're just not going to go backwards in time to enjoy something, the traditional media format. So I wanted to dress it up. We brought in a couple of towers, you know, so you could feel the bottom of the music. And we brought in the screens and did some sketches on video.
You can do it too.
People who see it find out it has a lot of humor in it.
Oh, yeah! Oh, let the church say amen!
A lot of times we play it safe with art.
Dr. Roscoe Williams,
This piece is definitely not safe.
also known as Pass the Dollar Bill. And then you gotta pass that dollar bill.
Having humor and then having seriousness lets people relax, and when they relax, they're open for other things to be discussed. I'm all about conversation, so if you can be brave enough to come and watch it, we can talk about it afterwards. Or if you can respond to it and say, well, I was uncomfortable, let's talk about why you were uncomfortable. I personally have started those kind of conversations outside of theater, in other situations, having community dialogues. So this is another way of having a community dialogue in a very artistic form.
Campbell, a hip-hop artist himself, subtitled the play a one-man mockumentary on the hip-hop industrial complex.
I'm very passionate, a student of the game. I love hip hop, you know what I mean? And as I watch hip hop and I watch the progression of it unfold, I look at characters or artists that are perpetuated through mass media, and I see and feel that they're being directed to be who they are. They're being directed to be the thug. They're being directed to be the pimp, to be the harlot. They're being directed to be these things.
I don't want it, Ralph.
Is that all that hip hop can be? Is that the only thing that sells? Give me a break.
You're all being quite ridiculous.
Coming from my experience as an artist, I'm seeing them exemplify these attributes, but I can also see the pain in their eyes. And so that was one of the main inspirations for me.
Those experiences inspired the creation of 6 characters, and in performance, Campbell morphs from one to the next. A TV reporter, a teacher, a preacher, a music producer, a rapper, and a cop. Each character is unapologetic about their point of view.
You're tuned in to KKKS 105.7, the best hip-hop money can buy, where hip-hop is made fresh every morning.
You can hear things that folks are saying that like, wow, did he just say that? And the reality is they come from very real places. They don't come from some arbitrary, imagined place. They are very real.
We want to hold a mirror up to ourselves. Are we creating these, or are we these stereotypes ourselves? We want to say, enough already.
Let's take a critical look at what's going on in mass media, in pop culture, and see what's really behind these images. Who's behind the money? Why are these images so important? I think that preconceived ideas of who people are from certain communities definitely affects the way folks from outside of that community see them and deal with them.
We're all connected, and I believe that. Once people realize that, that's when things will start to change.
And gave them careers when nobody white knew their name, and they were satisfied with hood fame. But when the big checks came, and when the audience wasn't the same, so you switched up the game and you changed your last name and you watered it down, and the colors began to fade, and that's how Jigaboos are made.
I definitely feel like it was my duty as this artist to drive this message home about accountability for the images that we see of one another.
To conspire to deny you the life you choose against the pecking pundits reading the news feed, feeding from the news. And my pledge to you as I say goodbye to my shadow side, my last confession. I was there the day that hip hop died, showed my teeth one last time, put the gun to my head, resurrected as a black man. The Jigaboo is dead.